Guys, it's Sarah. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm going to be taking you guys along with me for the week before Christmas. Now, I am talking futuristically here now because I've been through the week before Christmas and I know that my intro that I had previously made just doesn't quite work. I bit off quite a bit more than I probably should have chewed, but it was fine. And so the video was going to be absolutely, well, extremely lengthy. So I'm dividing it up into two parts, and the first part is going to be canning. Yep, I tackled canning the week before Christmas. It all turned out great, but it was quite a bit, and I really wanted to show you guys what I had canned and kind of how I did it and that sort of thing. And so that is going to be part one, is going to be the canning, and then part two will be all the cookie baking and all the different cooking. I felt like it was the week of cooking and baking and canning. So that'll be part two, and then of course Christmas Day, and did we get snow? You'll have to watch and find out. Also, we were preparing for a really big cold snap, and let me tell you, it got cold. And you're gonna find out the repercussions from that in part two. And yeah, it's just gonna be a really fun two-part series of the week before Christmas. So come along with me and let's have a fun, jolly good time. Look at them bouncing in the rain. They're crazy. Oh, I guess that's how you get energy out, huh? Oh my word. So I thought that it would be really fun to take you guys along with me for the week before Christmas, and we'll just see what we're up to each day and so on and so forth. If you're new here, my name is Sarah and this is my channel, Sarah's Hearts Home, and we just do all kinds of things here. Homeschooling, we have a hobby farm with goats, gardening, canning, cooking, housekeeping, decorating, you name it, it's probably here on this channel somewhere. You can look through the archives. I've got lots of content. But anyhow, today, it's actually 1 week exactly before Christmas, and I'm having a pretty casual day here at home. You can kind of tell, I'm sure. But anyhow, I am going to be canning some cranberry juice here. So that is what I'm doing. I had gotten cranberries from the store. I wish I'd gotten a whole lot more, for 99 cents for a bag back at Thanksgiving, and I just wanted to go through them. I also have a big bag here of I guess 5 pounds of frozen cranberries, and that I had gotten from Azure Standard from my last haul that you've seen by now, or if you haven't, it's I think the last video then before this one perhaps. Maybe not, but anyway, not too far back. So I'm just gonna go ahead and wash these cranberries up. It's super easy to do cranberry juice, and I just kind of wanted to show you guys how I do it. So essentially I have just washed all of these cranberries here, and I have more obviously in this big box here. I've got my jars all rinsed out and clean, and now all I'm going to do is be taking a 1.5 cups of cranberries per quart jar, and then just 1/2 cup of sugar on top. Then you'll cover the top up to the shoulder of the jar with water, and then process them for 30 minutes in a hot water bath canner. So that's all there is. Now it won't be ready to drink like immediately, just because you want to let the cranberries have time to infuse the water, if you will. So probably in a couple weeks anyway, then it will be ready to open and pour over ice and drink, and it'll be so good. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay, I'm gonna open up this bag here of cranberries, I guess. because if I'm doing it, I want to have enough, you know, cranberries. Worth doing, and I don't mind just keeping some of this in the freezer. I don't need all of it, you know. Okay, so I have my 1.5 cups of cranberries in each jar, and I'm just going to pour a 1/2 cup of sugar in each jar. And I have enough here. Oops, this container is getting kind of brittle. I have enough here for 2 cannerfuls, so that's 14 quarts of cranberry juice that I'll have once this is canned. So that is always fun. Gonna have to go fill up my sugar jar, and I think I'm gonna have to get a new sugar container. My container just cracked. What a bummer. Return. The only thing I'm afraid of is that the cranberries are cold, even though I've rinsed them quite a bit. I don't want them cracking the jar. Oh, that would be just delightful, wouldn't it? And because of that, I actually did not start my water bath out with boiling water. I'm going to put it in to hot water from the tap, but it's not boiling water because I don't want to crack any jars. So it'll take a little bit longer to get up to temperature and boil, you know, and then process for 30 minutes. But I shouldn't have any cracked jars that way. So anyway, you just fill them up here and you'll make sure the rims are clean. I have my lids that I've already, I like to boil my lids yet. I know that apparently you don't have to anymore, but I still do boil them. So I guess I'm just too used to the old way of doing things. So, you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I'm gonna let the sun shine in today. I'm trying to make this darkness go away. I'll paint with colors and I'll sing until my lungs give out. I'm gonna let the sun shine in today. And I will leave my windows open so that I can hear the sound of people talking and the wind blowing in the trees. Oh, I will open up my eyes so I can see the light. Oh, and I'll try to spread my wings so I can fly. Oh, and the darkness starts to fade.
There we go. It's ready to put in the canner. I love how it's bleeding into the water. Isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness. All right, ready to put in the canner. So the other thing I wanted to do real quick is to kind of make some smoothie packs, if you will. I'm going to take some blueberries, some, lighting's terrible, isn't it? Some raspberries, some mango, and just a few cranberries because they're tart. And put them in some bags here, and then they'll be ready for smoothies. So,
like things are gonna go my way. I'm gonna let the sun shine in the day. I'm gonna let the past be filled with smoke. And I will try to...
Okay guys, so here's the 14 quarts of cranberry juice, and it'll just sit for the night, and then I can take the ring lids off and it'll sit on the shelf for about 2 weeks, and then that'll be when the juice is completely infused and ready to drink, and it'll be all nice and red. So isn't it pretty? And it was not hard to do at all, as I showed you guys. All right, so Mike and Caleb, here is his sidekick. They're making some lemon squares.
Never all of it out.
Making lemon squares. What are you putting in there?
I don't know.
You don't know? That is sweetened condensed milk.
Okay, can I open that one?
You can get it? Uh-oh, that doesn't look too promising, kiddo. Don't hurt yourself. Uh-oh. Here's our cranberry juice. Look at that. It's turning that water nice and beautiful colors. So we've got no fresh lemon juice yet, just the condensed milk. So 2 cans of condensed milk, right? Sweetened condensed milk. And then what do we do here?
Oh, I really want to do that too. Is all of it out? Is all of it out?
I don't know, is it?
Well, it looks all of it out.
You peeked in there? Watch this, okay. Easy.
It's all out.
Is it easy peasy lemon squeezy?
Yep,
Yeah?
because it's a lemon.
Okay. Oh no, you should have grated it before you cut them. Did you wash them?
Yep.
Okay.
You're supposed to do that.
So it's 2 lemons, juiced, and 2 cans of sweetened condensed milk, and then lemon rind.
Is it all out?
Yep.
Looks pretty good to me.
What a lemon juice.
Yeah, that looks good.
What?
What?
Lemon.
That gives it some really nice lemony flavor, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Now do we
So it's in there, and then you're gonna add the lemon juice. There it is. All right, and then can you start whisking it?
What's that mean?
Whisk.
Is this it?
Yep, that's a whisk. Just go gentle. Wow, look at those muscles. Big muscles. Careful, you don't want to slosh it. What'd you say?
I love this kind of stuff.
You just love this kind of stuff? Alright, so parchment paper down on a big cookie sheet.
Alright. Open up your graham crackers.
And a bunch of graham crackers. We're going to line the pan with graham crackers and see what happens next. Meanwhile, I have a ginormous bowl full of pinto beans, and I'm going to be canning them tomorrow. So stay tuned for the next few clips here pretty quick. Alright, so wow, what do you think of this? So we put this sweetened condensed milk, fresh lemon juice, and grated orange rind.
Lemon rind.
Lemon rind, yeah. All over the top here of the graham crackers.
just want to eat it already.
Well, you can't because it's got to soak in. You let it sit in the refrigerator and then it'll soak in. What do you think?
Yum.
Is that a really good taste?
Yeah, that's really good.
What's the spatula?
Looks fun.
Does that look fun? Yeah.
Looks so delicious.
All right, so you put these ones on opposite of the way that they went on. Like, kind of like a lasagna.
Yes.
Oh, are you sneaking more? All right, and then just pop it in the fridge and voila, huh?
Yeah, and if you want frosting, you can frost it with a frosting.
You can frost it too, huh? Do you usually frost it? We don't usually
They're good
frost
this
it.
way,
Yeah.
But they used to frost them.
Oh, okay. With like a white frosting or?
Chocolate.
Oh, chocolate frosting. Wow.
I only got one left.
I think you ate 2. You're too short, Caleb. Did you eat 2 of them already?
No.
Yeah.
No. I didn't. I ate them.
Daddy ate those missing crackers. Oh boy. Well, good morning. It's another day here, and I am fixing to can beans. I'm just gonna do some pinto beans. I'm also, I think, going to do some baked beans. I was looking on Ruthann Zimmerman on, where was I? I guess I was on her YouTube channel. Anyway, she showed how to make her baked beans, and it looks so simple, and I really wanted to try it. So I'm probably gonna do some of that. I've got a ton of beans here soaked. I'll show you guys. So here's kind of my process. I've got 2 groups of 7 jars at the moment. So, because I think 7 fits in my pressure canner, I think. Anyway, I've rinsed all of these beans, but I still have this big bowl of beans yet, and so I'm going to be filling them about 3/4 of the way filled with beans, and then put a teaspoon of salt in them. Then you'll fill the rest of the way up with hot water, and you'll process them
Where's my green coat?
right there behind the door.
Oh.
And then you'll process them in the pressure canner. I think, well, it's going to depend on your altitude, but right about 15 pounds pressure, I think, for 90 minutes. Somewhere right in there, 10 to 15 pounds. So, anyhow, that is what I'm working on this morning. Okay, so I have all my jars filled with beans now, and I've got, I'm going to do 1 batch of these with the stuff to make them into baked beans. So, let me see here. So each one is going to have a 1/2 cup of ketchup. So, just open this up here. And there we go. Alright, so I've got my 1/2 cup of ketchup, and now in each one it's going to be 1/4 cup of brown sugar. So just go through here, plop that in there. I probably could have done just a little bit less of the brown sugar. I mean a little bit less of the beans in each one of these, since it's got other stuff in it, but it'll probably all be fine. I've not done the I've not done this particular recipe before, so it's all an experiment, but it looked good. And I will say that I definitely will trust Ruthann Zimmerman because her stuff is good. She knows her stuff. So, all right. Here we go. Got that. All right, the next thing is, right? A tablespoon of dried onion flakes. So each jar will have a tablespoon of dried onion flakes. And I'll leave the link below for her video that I watched so that you can see that. All right, and then a tablespoon of vinegar. And this is apple cider vinegar. All right, we've got all the vinegar in there. And now, yeah, just putting that in there, it already is dissolving the stuff. All right, now each one is going to get a teaspoon of salt. All right, and then a half of a teaspoon of mustard. I'm just going to take it and do this because it's kind of hard to measure out half a teaspoon, half a teaspoon, half a teaspoon, you know what I mean? All right, and now the rest of the way is going to be filled with water, and then we can pop them in our canner. And here's what it's looking like so far, and I will stir this so that it'll incorporate together. So there we go. That's what that's looking like. Pretty easy, right? Another thing that I want to can are these tomatoes here. Now this summer, you know, the tomatoes were just coming off the vine like crazy. I didn't have time to do them all up, or I didn't have enough to really can a big batch all at once. I did some canning of tomatoes, but not a lot. So I saved a bunch of them in my freezer, and I have more out there. I kind of want to see how much this is gonna do. So I've got a bunch of tomatoes. I've still got more in the freezer, but anyway, I'm gonna fill them up into jars. I'll put a teaspoon of salt in them, probably a clove of garlic, and then can them up. It's not hard to do. In fact, the tomatoes can be water bath, and I think they're 10 minutes for a water bath. Not long at all. So what I'm going to do is put a bunch of hot water over these, and all the skins will just pop right off. They're already like just barely getting it on there, and they just pop off. So in some ways, it's easier to do than in the summer when you have to dip them in hot water because, or boiling water, because it's already, I'm doing it basically with this hot water. And so anyhow, yeah, that is what I'm gonna do with the tomatoes.
Does it taste good?
Is this delicious?
Yeah,
it's cold outside. What?
I ate with the chocolate spoon.
You used one of your chocolate spoons?
Yes.
Yeah, you ate it already?
Yeah. It
You're
melted.
kidding. Oh my goodness.
When it melts, you just bite it, and it kind of just takes the chocolate off.
And it's amazing.
And it tastes good and melted.
So I have one more canner left, actually more than one canner left of beans to can. And I've got another canner here of tomatoes left to can. And in here I have a bunch of, well, I made a spaghetti sauce basically. And then I added spaghetti to it, and so I'm cooking it. It's got a bunch of seasonings in there. I pureed those tomatoes and added in sauteed onions and garlic and then just a whole bunch of seasonings, and then the pasta once it came to a boil. So anyway, it'll be kind of like a one pot pasta for lunch. These smell amazing. I was able to keep them right there on the pressure thing, so that's what I'm doing. And then here's the tomatoes. Well, here's those baked beans. They really smell good. And then here is the spaghetti. So it looks really good and it tastes good too. And then I made garlic bread, so yum yum. Well, it's a new day. It's Tuesday before Christmas, and I am not canning today. I'm not. I feel like I have something sticking up there. Oh well. Anyway, so yes, I'm not canning. I did put all my jars away. I've done 49 quarts in the past 2 days, or well, actually it was within a 24-hour period. I did 49 quarts of canning. So anyway, that was great. Now we're on to cookies. And so I am mixing up some ginger snap cookies right now. So that's been fun. All right, so that last clip you saw was a sneak peek for next week's video. And we will have so much fun in the kitchen and getting ready for Christmas. So I hope to see you then, and yeah, we'll see you next time. Until then, have a great week. God bless. Bye-bye.